Marvel fans, we need to talk. Because Kevin Feige, the guy who literally runs Marvel Studios, just said something at a fan expo in Shanghai that has the entire internet in detective mode. And honestly, I get it. Feige was on stage talking about Florence Pugh's character, Yelena Belova, who you know from Black Widow, Hawkeye, and Thunderbolts, and he said this: "If you're a fan of Yelena, wait until Avengers Doomsday. Yelena plays a big part in that. But if you don't want to wait until then, you might see Yelena a little bit sooner in the movies. Sooner than December. So what's the only Marvel movie coming out before Avengers Doomsday? Spider-Man Brand New Day, which hits theaters July 31st, 3 weeks after Feige said this. Now here's a question worth asking. Is this an official confirmation? No. And that's actually the interesting part. Feige never once said the words Spider-Man or Brand New Day out loud. Which brings up something journalists have pointed out about his wording. It's vague. So why would he phrase it that way instead of just confirming it? Because leaving it ambiguous lets Marvel generate speculation and hype without making an official announcement they'd have to walk back if plans change. It's a strategy, not a slip, especially from a guy who controls every spoiler on the planet. That leads to another question. How do fans actually get from a little bit sooner to she's definitely in Spider-Man? It comes down to simple logic. Spider-Man Brand New Day releases July 31st, 2026, and Avengers Doomsday releases December 18th, 2026. Since Feige said Yelena appears sooner than Doomsday, and Brand New Day is the only Marvel Studios film releasing in that window, it's the only movie the tease could logically be pointing to. It's not proof, it's process of elimination, but it's got everyone talking. And that raises a bigger question. Why would Marvel even want Yelena showing up in a Spider-Man movie in the first place? Look at where her story's been going. She's evolved from a supporting character in Black Widow into the leader of a team that's now rebranded as the New Avengers. Meanwhile, Peter Parker is currently operating completely alone, fighting crime in a New York that doesn't even remember he's Spider-Man. So if Marvel's building toward Doomsday, having an established team leader like Yelena show up to recruit or connect with Peter is a smart way to pull his isolated solo story into the larger Avengers narrative before the bigger crossover hits. So is any of this confirmed fact, or is it all just speculation? Honestly, it's speculation, and the coverage says so itself. You'll see phrases like seemingly confirmed, the obvious read is, and reports suggest, scattered across every article about this. Which signals writers are drawing inferences rather than reporting a verified casting announcement. The one confirmed fact in all of this is just that Yelena has a substantial role in Avengers Doomsday. Everything about Spider-Man is still a guess, even if it's a really well-supported one. So here's where we're at. Nothing's confirmed, but the pieces are lining up. Spider-Man drops July 31st, Doomsday drops December 18th, and somewhere in between, Yelena Belova might just show up and change everything. What do you think? Is she showing up in Brand New Day? Or are we all just reading too much into one quote?